Arsenal transfer bombshell. Martinelli record sale plus Nwaneri exit shock. Good day, Gunners. Arsenal could be heading towards one of the biggest transfer twists of the summer. A £38.4 million bid has reportedly landed for Gabriel Martinelli, and if Arsenal accept it, the Brazilian could become the club's most expensive ever player sale. But that's not all. Galatasaray reportedly want Nwaneri too. Yes, Martinelli and Nwaneri could both be heading towards the exit door. So, what exactly is happening at Arsenal? Let's break it all down. And make sure you stay until the end, because Mikel Arteta's latest comments could give us a huge clue about what Arsenal are planning next. Let's start with Gabriel Martinelli. According to reports monitored, Galatasaray have submitted an opening offer worth £38.4 million for the Arsenal winger. The report says Arsenal are now considering the approach, and here's why this is potentially huge. Arsenal's current record sale is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who moved to Liverpool for around £35 million in 2019. So if Arsenal were to accept this £38.4 million offer for Martinelli, Arsenal would have a brand new record transfer sale. But would Arsenal actually let him go? That's where things get interesting. Martinelli has been linked with an Arsenal exit throughout the summer, but Arsenal reportedly aren't desperate to sell him. In fact, the club's position could depend heavily on whether they can find another attacking option first. Remember, Arsenal have already allowed Leandro Trossard to leave for Besiktas. They've also brought in Christos Zolis from Club Brugge for around £34 million. So Arsenal's left side of attack is already undergoing major changes. And if Martinelli leaves as well, Arteta could suddenly have a completely different attacking setup. That's why this isn't simply a case of someone offered £38 million, so Arsenal will sell. The bigger question is, who replaces Martinelli? Galatasaray want Nwaneri too. And this is where the story gets even crazier. A separate report from Turkish outlet Sabah claims that Galatasaray are also interested in Nwaneri. So we're potentially talking about two Arsenal players going to the same Turkish club, but the proposed deals are reportedly different. Galatasaray are said to want Martinelli on loan with an option to buy, while Nwaneri would reportedly be targeted on a straight loan deal without a purchase option. And reportedly, Galatasaray manager Okan Buruk has approved moves for both players. That means this isn't just a random rumor floating around. According to the report, Galatasaray are actively pushing ahead with their interest. Why Nwaneri's situation is so interesting? Nwaneri's situation is particularly fascinating. The teenager spent last season on loan at Marseille, and there has been uncertainty about what comes next for him. At his age, regular first-team football is incredibly important. So Arsenal have a decision to make. Do they keep Nwaneri around the first team? Do they send him out on loan again? Or could a permanent transfer suddenly become possible? At the moment, the report suggests Galatasaray are interested in a loan rather than trying to buy him outright. And that could actually make sense from Arsenal's perspective. A loan could give Nwaneri valuable senior football while allowing Arsenal to retain control of his future. Why Galatasaray turned to Arsenal? There's another interesting twist. Galatasaray reportedly had their eyes on Rafael Leao from AC Milan, but the reported £51 million asking price, around €60 million, apparently caused them to abandon that pursuit. And instead, their attention has reportedly shifted toward Martinelli and Nwaneri. So Arsenal could suddenly find themselves dealing with a very motivated Turkish club. Arteta has already warned us, and this might be the biggest part of the story. Mikel Arteta has already indicated that Arsenal aren't finished in the transfer market. Arteta said the club expects movements in the coming weeks and stressed that Arsenal want to improve and increase competition within the squad. In other words, Arsenal are not sitting still, and that could mean more arrivals, but it could also mean more departures. So what happens next? Right now, there are three major questions. Number one, will Arsenal accept or reject Galatasaray's Martinelli approach? Number two, could Martinelli actually become Arsenal's record outgoing transfer? And number three, will Arsenal allow Nwaneri to leave on loan? There is also the bigger questions of Arsenal's attack. The club have already lost Trossard. Zolis has arrived. Martinelli is attracting serious interest, and Arsenal continue to be linked with major attacking targets. So Arteta could be preparing for a major reshuffle of his forward line. Final verdict. Personally, I think the Martinelli situation is the one Arsenal fans should watch most closely. A £38.4 million opening bid is significant, but Arsenal reportedly still have ambitions to strengthen the attack, and selling Martinelli without securing a replacement would create another problem for Arteta. As for Nwaneri, a loan could potentially be a very different situation. If Arsenal believe regular first-team football is what he needs, selling him somewhere he can play consistently could benefit his development. But permanently losing one of the club's most exciting young talents, that's a completely different conversation. So Gunas, I want to hear from you. Do you think the offer of £38.4 million for Gabriel Martinelli is ideal? And should Arsenal send Nwaneri out on loan or keep him at the Emirates? Drop your opinion in the comments. And if you want the latest Arsenal transfer news, rumors, and breaking updates, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the channel. Because with the transfer window moving this fast, the next Arsenal bombshell could be just around the corner.